well, today's project, it is the 5th, Saturday, 4/20, and anyhow, this is my clutch. Got her used off the Craigslist. It's an Act. It's a 4-puck, unsprung. It's used, but I guess it's not too used. It kind of looks more used than I thought, but needless to say, I needed it, and so I bought it. But anyhow, I turned the boost up to 14 pounds the other night, and then I lowered it back down to 10, but the damn thing, it starts to slip the clutch, the stock one. So anyhow, I'm putting a clutch in it, and then tomorrow's the drift event. I went ahead and I heat wrapped this right here, and kind of keep some heat off of that, so hopefully that'll help out a little bit with my intake temps, stuff like that. But right now I'm just kind of underneath it, got a little jack stands, and got to yank this tranny out. I'm gonna pull the drive shaft bolts and stuff back there, and I'm just gonna drop the whole thing, because these things right here, those are tight as shit, and they're being a pain in the ass. But that's about it for now. Well, here's my clutch, a new one. It's used, but should work good for this drift event. That last one was slipping pretty good, or it was trying to slip. Here's the tranny, leaking up in the dill. I just dropped the whole thing, so I didn't have to have that stuff leak on me. But yep, getting ready to go back in right now, so hopefully that shouldn't take me too long, but we'll see. Alright, well, I got the clutch back up in there. Tranny's all squared away back up in there. That wasn't too terrible, but anyhow, I've been having a little bit of troubles with my exhaust. It's been scraping all kinds, and especially in the back, it was hanging down all crappy, and it really kind of just looked like shit when I was drifting. You could just see a big old exhaust hanging down under there. So I basically just cut it right here, because that angle was a little bit, like this piece right here was a little bit, twisted the wrong way. So I went ahead and I cut that, and bolted this flange on to the exhaust up there, and then I bolted the downpipe on up to the turbo, and basically just kind of sat there and clocked it, and then held it together, and you put a few tack welds down, pulled it off, and welded it real quick. And I went ahead and threw a little bit of spray paint on it so it don't rust. This is actually stainless steel. I went ahead and welded it with just mild steel wire, which it's just an exhaust, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but fits a hell of a lot better than it did. So hopefully you won't see my exhaust hanging down below the car like a piece of crap next time. But yeah, I'm about ready for the drift event. I think the only thing I might do is modify my knuckles a little bit. Basically what I'm going to do, let's see if I could, right here on this steering arm, let's see how it's, let's see, turn the light right there. Basically I was just going to cut a little piece right there, cut it right there, cut about an inch out of it, and then just re-weld it on there so I get a little bit more angle. As you can tell right now, this is about fully locked, and with it, with it cut the other way, I'd get a few more degrees, and I'd be able to slide a little bit more sideways without spinning out. Is kind of my thought process. I got me another set of wheels. Picked these up, got free tires, and just went ahead and kind of rattle canned them with some engine enamel, and made them look a little bit better than what they did, and then it'll kind of match the car. But yeah, I'm almost ready. It's 7 o'clock. I don't know, it shouldn't take me too long to hopefully do them knuckles and a few other things. So, well, YouTube, getting ready to cut her off. Getting ready to cut off this little antler right here. Anyhow, I'm working on the old 240SX, and I decided I want a little bit more steering angle. I went ahead and I measured it. That's straight, and then this one right here, that's the stock, full lock or whatever. Anyhow, I went ahead and I cut just about an inch off of this bad boy right there. I welded her back together. I know that's not the prettiest looking thing right there in the world, but I got her nice and hot, and V'd it out real good, and welded the shit out of it. Anyhow, this one right here, this is the passenger side, I believe, and this is the second one. I figured I'd do the first one and see how that went. So put this piece of tape right there, and gonna go ahead and just cut on either side of it, kind of V out a little groove, and then weld it back together. But I'll go ahead and I'll show you that. Well, there that is. It's all cut off, and here's this little foot that I cut off. Basically, just let me show you. And I'm just gonna grab this bad boy, sticker on there, and mark that right there at the little thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and V all that out, just so it penetrates a little bit better. Just weld her on right there. Well, got that all V'd out a little bit. Let's see, got that one V'd out too. Basically, just gonna stick her on there and tack it, measure it, make sure it's the same length as the other one. And you know, if it's the wrong length, I'll grind out the tack weld and modify it accordingly, or grind it or whatever. We got my welding helmet on. Look, you can tell. Welder and everything all set up. It's a Millermatic 210. That's the settings that I have it on right now. And here we go. All right. Well, this one's all done. Got our weld and stuff like that. Or kind of put a little bit of paint on that one right there, and I don't know, that's probably gonna paint this one a little bit too, and then put them on here pretty soon. It's 1:35 in the morning, and I gotta be at the drift event at 9:30, and that's about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away. So I'm gonna try to leave here about 6:30. So I gotta get this thing back together and go to bed. Well, there they are, ready to go back on.